All right. It is August 12th, 11:40 a.m. in the morning, and I am done with my trading. It's been a pretty great day, pretty good day. I'm looking at around $4,200 in profit today, all because the market had a massive ramp this morning after doing a massive tank yesterday into the close. Now, I have been looking forward to some kind of sell-off like we got yesterday. I really wish that I was a little bit more patient. That's one of my rules, is be patient. I wish that I was more patient, but you never know with these sell-offs how far down they can go, and it ran pretty far down. So let's go ahead and jump into the computer so I can show you what happened, what trades I took, and yeah. So now you can see my screen. This is the 1 minute chart, this is the 5 minute chart, this is a 1 hour chart, and then the daily chart is right here. This is the RSI, this pinkish line, and then these lines up here, these three lines, pinkish lines, are the VWAP, and then we got support and resistance lines like that. So yesterday, as you can see here on the 5 minute chart and the 10-hour chart, or the 1 hour chart, sorry, massive sell-off yesterday, came all the way down to 332. Pretty unexpected. And when this was selling off, I was buying in like crazy. I loaded up 2,100 shares. And then I also bought some Microsoft as well, because Microsoft was tanking. Pretty much everything was tanking. So bought some Microsoft, bought some SPXL, which is right here. You can see this is my stock that I trade when I'm trying to buy the S&P 500. I just buy SPXL. As you can see, 3,600 on SPXL, 2,100 shares. So bought it all pretty much yesterday with the hopes that we would get a nice bounce this morning. Now, the crazy thing is that I knew I had a dentist appointment this morning at 10 a.m., so I wasn't really sure if we were going to get the bounce or if I was going to be able to even close the position, or like what was going to happen, because I was going to be freaking mouth open, unavailable to make any trades. So the market starts to push up this morning, and that's great. I start selling my position as it starts to push up. I'm driving to the dentist's office, and I'm still selling because the market is still pushing up around 10 a.m. And then I'm waiting in the parking lot, and I just went ahead and placed sell orders on SPXL for certain levels that I was just hoping, okay, sell 200 shares when it gets to $54. Sell 100 shares when it's 54 and 10 cents. Sell another 100 shares at 54 and 20 cents. So I am so glad that I did this, because I would have completely missed out on selling at that high, because it completely fell down lower once I was done with the dentist and headed home. So that's a little note for you right there. Set your sell orders if you're not going to be able to just fully sit in front of your computer and be able to, have the optimal trading environment. But yeah, so last night when it was closing and it was selling off, I really had no idea if we were going to continue a sell-off, if I was going to wake up this morning to a gap down. I was nervous, to be honest, because I was a little bit down on the position, and I went in big. I just completely loaded up on Microsoft and SPXL. Fortunately, we woke up to a massive gap up. I mean, look at this thing. It was down here, closed at 332.79, opens at 335. Nearly 1% open, or 1% gap up. So thankfully that happened. But I knew, with this massive run up, I've been talking about it in my past videos, the market, if we look at the daily, the market has been pushing up and up and up, green days all around. We knew that a red day was coming. We just didn't know when. Yesterday opened up very bullish. It opened pushing up higher. I had no idea that we were going to have this massive sell-off at the end of the day. But anyway, so I guess the main value that I can give you guys is, like, when the market was selling off yesterday, the RSI was just going lower and lower. I mean, we reached all the way down to 18% on the RSI. It was turning blue. My strategy is that I want to dip buy a stock when it's lower than the lower band VWAP. So it's got to be lower than the lower band VWAP, and ideally in the 30% range. So as it was in the 30% range, and as it came down into the 20% area, I was buying it, loading up, just, the stock's going against me. So I'm really hoping and praying that we have a bounce back like we had today. Unfortunately, we got that. Let me actually show you this screen right here. So Microsoft made 559, SPXL made 36, total was 42.45. So I definitely recommend having these two indicators on your charts, the VWAP and the RSI. I used to also have the MACD, but it just wasn't as reliable, wasn't as accurate as the RSI is. So as you can see, the RSI is trending down so far today. It's down in the 40s. This could be a decent dip buy opportunity. On the chart, it's holding these high 336, 337 levels. I'm really not sure if I'm going to jump back into this market. I like the profit that I had today. I don't want to risk losing it. It's already kind of a crazy day because we had such a massive gap up. How much more can it run? Maybe it can push back up to the highs of 337.64. I think we all know that the market's destination is all-time highs, 339.08. I think it's like a little over 339. 3,400 basically is where a lot of people are thinking that the market is going to go. So now that we had this massive pullback and such a big push up, I feel like a lot of people are thinking that we're safe from another massive pullback. I mean, I was definitely one of them that while we were running up here, I was worried about a massive pullback just like this one. So now that we've had it, it's kind of like your risk is a little bit more limited because the chances of us having another massive pullback like that anytime soon, I would say is small, but hey, weirder things have happened. This market is insanely crazy and weird, and it's really just hard to predict what's going to happen next. Real quick, let me show you what kind of good news is helping with the market. So we had a higher than expected CPI, Consumer Price Index, was actually like 0.6 versus their estimated 0.3. Let's see if I can even find it anywhere here. Yeah, so core inflation, less food and energy, was up to 0.6%, now running at 1.6 rate. To be honest, I'm not even really sure what the CPI is. Headline also increased. I don't really know all that what it is. I know for a fact, though, that once that vaccine news comes out, that there is something good on the horizon, the market is just going to blow up. It is going to go crazy. So we had the Consumer Price Index. I saw the markets actually, like when CNBC was, on the TV talking about this, I saw the markets just clearly push up. So I know for a fact that's one of the contributors for the market. I know that yesterday it being oversold is probably another contributor for it being pushed up so high. Pretty exciting news about Tesla and how they're going to be doing a stock split. People are talking about how Amazon is going to be next in doing a stock split. So I definitely would recommend getting in on a good dip buy opportunity for Amazon. I mean, yesterday was a great dip buy. 3,073 Amazon came down to. Now it's at 31.50. So about $100. It's almost $100 up from yesterday. So $100 per share. I mean, a little short of $100 per share. Let's just call it $80 per share. You would have made if you would have dip bought Amazon. Maybe I should have dip bought Amazon. I don't know. I was so loaded up already in Microsoft. But, and also there are good things happening with the virus numbers. I've been watching these, and we are definitely getting to a better place. If I just look at the U.S., now obviously the case count is not like super accurate. There's a whole bunch of conspiracies on like, well, is it accurate? Is it being double counted? So this is where we're at now, mid 40s. For the past couple of days, we've been in the 40,000s. So as you can see, we're coming down on the cases, which is awesome to see. The U.S. is opening back up in a major way. The recovery stocks, like the airlines, the cruise lines, just a lot of the stocks that were hit the hardest, those are going to be some pretty decent buys. Now, I probably won't be touching them. I really only like to touch the blue chip stuff like Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, Shopify, things like that. But there's definitely a lot of opportunities. I think we definitely have a lot more room in the northern direction to go. I think it's definitely still a dip buy market. I really don't think that we're going to be rolling over anytime soon. With this kind of bounce back after that kind of a sell-off, I mean, really makes me think that we're headed to 3,400 or 340 on the SPY. So that's my little analysis for you. Definitely would recommend using the RSI, the VWAP. when the RSI gets down to the 30%, high 30s, go ahead and buy, start scaling in, buy small amounts of shares, and then be sure to have your stop loss and everything like that. But have been loving the RSI. I really like to keep it simple. I really don't like to have like all these different indicators and the MACD, the Bollinger Bands, and all that stuff. The RSI, I've been experimenting around with the different indicators that are out there, and overall I found that the RSI is one of my faves. It works really well with the stock. Actually, it predicts when it turns blue, usually the market will push up from the RSI. And then same with the VWAP. The VWAP acts as support and resistance. The middle VWAP, when the stock will come down, and the price will come down to that level, usually that acts as support to push it back up. Same with, upper band, lower band. If it gets to be above the upper band, then you better be careful, because you know that it's going to start to sell off, just like seeing here. It came up above it, sold back below it, came back above it, sold back below it. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Click that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and I'll catch you in the next one.